and quite an appropriate poem, I think, if you would be willing to read a second poem for us, would be the poem you wrote called My Mother.
Well, this is the poem when the film came out, and everybody kept asking me, what do you think, why won't you condone it? And it's very hard to explain to somebody that you cannot be objective about your own parents. If you didn't write the book about your own parents, and if it's not your words that they're actually producing, somebody else's invention of the two people closest to you, whether you knew them well or not, is impossibly difficult. I couldn't be objective. But they kept being pestered. And so finally, in a desperate effort to stop being pestered and to stop having people say, but please, we want this, we want that, we want the other, I wrote the poem. It was the family language. So this is the poem, My Mother. They are killing her again. She said she did it 1 year in every 10. But they do it annually or weekly. Some even do it daily, carrying her death around in their heads and practicing it. She saves them the trouble of their own. They can die through her without ever making the decision. My buried mother is up-dug for repeat performances. Now they want to make a film for anyone lacking the ability to imagine the body, head in oven, orphaning children. Then it can be rewound so they can watch her die right from the beginning again. The peanut eaters entertained at my mother's death will go home, each carrying their memory of her, lifeless, a souvenir. Maybe they'll buy the video. Watching someone on TV means all they have to do is press pause if they want to boil a kettle, while my mother holds her breath on screen to finish dying after tea. The filmmakers have collected the body parts they want me to see, but they require dressings to cover the joints and disguise the prosthetics in their remake of my mother. They want to use her poetry as stitching and sutures to give it credibility. They think I should love it, having her back again. They think I should give them my mother's words to fill the mouth of their monster, their Sylvia suicide doll, who will walk and talk and die at will, and die and die and forever be dying.
Now, this poem that you wrote, very powerful poem, angry poem, would you say?
Oh, yes. I would say it's a little angry.
Did it do what you had hoped? Did it explain to people?
It did. After that, nobody asked me for anything else. Every day, and if anybody wanted, and it did have the effect I desired, and since then, if anything has come up, then I just refer them to the poem. But it does encapsulate it all, and I think that's what poetry's there to do, is to consolidate and refine and define the essence of your most powerful feelings. So that's where I put them.
It must be hard to. We all own our parents, they're so much a part of us, but to have other people feel they own your mother as well.
It's hard. That's a tough one, because on one hand, to have your parents admired and respected and read and, one can even say adored if they feel that way, is wonderful. I mean, if you love somebody, to have others love them too, or to have others respect them and admire them is a gift. It's when, for my mother's sake, it was that fascination with the actual death, the manner of her death and that actual moment. And as a child, I just felt that somehow, because she was always being brought up, not her, I should actually be more specific, not her death. The death was always brought up. And somehow the work seemed always secondary, just trailing behind like, little vestigial tatters. So
we're going to take just another very short break, and when we come